Ever tried inflating a balloon only for it to deflate right back in your face? Well, let me tell you a story. Imagine this. It's a sunny day, perfect for a birthday party in the park. I'm there, tasked with the simple job of blowing up balloons. Easy, right? Not quite. I take a deep breath, put my lips to the balloon, and blow as hard as I can. The balloon begins to take shape, growing larger with each breath, just like my pride. But then, the unexpected happens. The balloon slips from my grasp, zips around in a frenzy, and deflates. Just like that, my balloon, once full and vibrant, is now shriveled and lifeless. Does that sound familiar? No, I'm not talking about the balloon anymore. I'm talking about self-confidence. We've all been there. One minute, we're feeling on top of the world, and the next, a setback sends our self-esteem spiraling, just like that unruly balloon. But here's the thing about balloons and self-confidence. They're both resilient. Sure, a balloon might deflate, but it can always be refilled, reinflated. It can bounce back. And so can our self-esteem. Now I bet you're thinking, that's easier said than done, and you're right. Boosting self-confidence is not a one-breath task. It's not about puffing ourselves up with hollow words and empty promises. It's about filling ourselves with the right stuff, the stuff that keeps us afloat even when we face setbacks. So, what is this right stuff, you ask? Well, that's what we're here to explore. How do we build a self-confidence that's not just hot air, but a lasting, resilient belief in ourselves? Just like that balloon, our self-confidence can sometimes need a little more than just hot air. Now, self-confidence isn't something you can buy at your local supermarket, right next to the canned beans and instant noodles. Picture this. You're in the soup aisle, you see self-confidence on the top shelf. You reach for it, but alas, it's not within grasp. That's because self-confidence isn't a tangible item you can just toss into your shopping cart and check out. It's a feeling, an internal state of being, not a box of cereal or a pack of gum. So what exactly is self-confidence? It's the belief in oneself and one's powers or abilities. It's that little voice in your head that says, yes, I can do this, even when faced with a daunting task. But here's the kicker. It's not a constant. It fluctuates, ebbs, and flows, much like the ocean tides or the stock market. Some days you might feel like you're on top of the world, and other days you might feel like you're the size of a pea. And that's perfectly okay. Now, let's debunk some common misconceptions about self-confidence. Contrary to popular belief, self-confidence is not synonymous with arrogance or cockiness. It's not about thinking you're better than everyone else or being the loudest in the room. It's about acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses and being comfortable with who you are. Another common myth is that self-confidence is inherent, that you're either born with it or you're not. But that's like saying you're born knowing how to ride a bike. It's a learned skill, one that takes practice and patience. Yet another misconception is that self-confidence is linked to success. Sure, success can boost your confidence, but it doesn't define it. You don't need to be a millionaire or a genius to be confident. So to sum it up, self-confidence is like a plant. It needs to be nurtured and cared for to grow. It's not something you can purchase off a shelf or win in a lottery. It comes from within, and it's built over time. So no, you can't pick up confidence along with your weekly shopping, but stick with me and you'll find out how to grow it. Ever wondered why sometimes you feel as confident as a peacock and other times as shy as a mouse in a cat convention? Well, my friends, let's dive into the murky waters of self-doubt. It's like a pesky weed that seems to pop up just when you've finished landscaping your personal growth garden. But where does it come from? Picture this. You're all set to deliver a presentation. You've practiced in front of the mirror, used your hairbrush as a microphone, and even given your dog a thorough run-through of your points. But the moment you step in front of your audience, your palms start sweating, your mind goes blank, and suddenly you're not so sure about your expertise in underwater basket weaving. That's self-doubt creeping in, my friend. It's the fear of judgment, the anxiety of failure, and the worry that you're not good enough. It's that little voice in your head that whispers, "What if I mess up?" Or "What if they don't like me?" It's a natural human response to uncertainty and risk, and it's as common as forgetting why you walked into a room. And then there are those external factors that feed this self-doubt monster. Maybe it's a critical comment from a coworker, a disapproving glance from a loved one, or a social media post that makes you question your life choices. These moments can trigger self-doubt and make you feel as small as a grain of sand on a vast beach. But let's not forget the role of our past experiences. If you've ever fallen off a bike, you'll be a bit hesitant to get back on, right? It's the same with our past failures and rejections. They can leave a lasting impact and lead to self-doubt. So, the next time you're feeling like a mouse, remember, it's perfectly normal. We all have our moments of self-doubt. But here's the good news. It's not a life sentence. You can overcome it. And we're about to show you how. So, feeling like a mouse? Don't worry. We're about to turn you into a lion. Scene script. Right. Ready to transform from a nervous kitten into a roaring tiger? Buckle up. Firstly, let's talk about positive affirmations. Imagine you're a gardener, and your mind is the garden. Positive affirmations are the seeds of confidence you sow. Every morning when you wake up, tell yourself, I'm capable, I'm confident, and I can conquer whatever comes my way. Just like watering the plants, repeat these affirmations daily, and you'll see the flowers of self-belief blooming in your garden. Next up is body language. Picture yourself as a superhero. You wouldn't see Superman slouching, would you? Of course not. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin up. Just like putting on a superhero cape, this posture makes you feel powerful and boosts your confidence. Third on our list is goal setting. Think of it as a road trip. You wouldn't hit the road without knowing your destination, right? Setting small, achievable goals gives you a sense of direction. Each time you reach a goal, it's like a signpost saying, hey, you're doing great, keep going. Then we have self-care. Imagine your confidence as a shiny vintage car. Would you let it rust and gather dust? No way. You'd polish it, refuel it, and take it for regular services. Similarly, taking care of your physical health, eating right, exercising, and getting enough sleep all contribute to maintaining and boosting your confidence. Lastly, knowledge. Picture your mind as a library. A library needs regular updates, right? The more you learn, the more books you add to your library, the more confident you become in your abilities. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. These steps are not a magic potion, but a ladder. Each step you climb adds a little more to your confidence. So keep climbing, see? You're already sounding less like a kitten and more like a tiger. Still feeling a bit kittenish? Fear not, we've got more confidence boosters coming your way. Let's dive into the second set of practical steps to boost your self-confidence. And remember, keep that sense of humor handy. Just like a good umbrella, it can help you weather any storm. First up, we have the fake it till you make it strategy. It might sound like a shady business tactic, but trust me, it's not. Picture yourself as a confident person. How would you walk? How would you talk? Now start doing it. The world is your stage and you are the star. Will it feel weird? Absolutely. But remember, even the most polished diamond started as a lump of coal. Next, we have the challenge yourself mantra. Do something that scares you every day. It could be as simple as trying a new food or as daring as skydiving. The point is, every time you face a fear, you're telling self-doubt, not today, buddy. Thirdly, embrace the power of positivity. Surround yourself with positive people, positive thoughts, and positive experiences. Negativity is like a leech. It sucks the life out of you. So bid adieu to those negative vibes and say hello to optimism. Last, but definitely not least, celebrate your achievements. No success is too small to celebrate. Did you finish a book? Celebrate. Did you wake up early? Celebrate. Did you make it through this video without dozing off? Definitely celebrate. Every win, no matter how minor, is a step towards becoming the confident person you aspire to be. And there you have it, a few more steps closer to full-fledged tigerdom. Remember, confidence isn't an overnight transformation. It's a journey. So, put on your walking shoes and let's keep striding towards a more confident you. Remember, confidence isn't a magic potion. It's more like a muscle. And what do muscles need? No, not protein shakes. Confidence, my friends, needs practice. It's like doing push-ups for your psyche or crunches for your charisma. You wouldn't expect to bench press 200 pounds on your first day at the gym, would you? Of course not. You start small, lift what you can, and gradually build up your strength. The same applies to confidence. So how do you practice confidence, you ask? Well, it's not about standing in front of the mirror, flexing your biceps and shouting, "I'm the best!" Although, if it makes you feel better, by all means, do it. We're not here to judge. What we're talking about is stepping outside your comfort zone, little by little. Take on tasks or experiences that may initially seem daunting. Use the confidence boosters we've discussed in the previous scenes. Start with small, manageable tasks, and gradually take on bigger challenges. For instance, if you're afraid of public speaking, start by speaking up in a small group setting. Once you're comfortable there, move on to larger groups. Before you know it, you'll be delivering TED Talks to an audience of thousands. Well, metaphorically speaking at least. Remember, each small victory is a step towards building your confidence muscle, and just like physical exercise, there will be days when it feels tougher than usual. You might stumble, you might fall, and that's okay. What's important is that you get back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Don't be disheartened by setbacks. Think of them as an opportunity to learn and grow. They're not a reflection of your worth, but a part of your journey. And here's a secret. Every single person, even the ones who seem to ooze confidence, have faced setbacks and doubts. The difference is, they've learned to embrace these challenges and use them as stepping stones towards greater confidence. So, keep flexing those confidence muscles. No gym membership required. Boosting self-confidence isn't a sprint. It's more like a marathon with no finish line. You see, it's a journey that goes on and on, just like those TV series with way too many seasons. It's not about getting to a point where you say, "Yep, I've maxed out on confidence, I'm done." Because let's be honest, that's as likely as finding a leprechaun riding a unicorn at the end of the rainbow. Building self-confidence is an ongoing process. It's about continuously taking steps, however small, towards believing in yourself more. It's like assembling a giant Lego set without instructions, one piece at a time. You might not always know where the pieces go, but you keep going, knowing that each piece you add brings you one step closer to your masterpiece. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds exhausting, and sure it can be. But it's also exhilarating, rewarding, and downright fun. It's like playing a video game where each level is more challenging than the last. But each victory feels that much more satisfying. And the best part? There's no game over. You just keep leveling up. But what happens when you trip and stumble on this journey? Well, think of it like tripping over an invisible turtle in a video game. You didn't see it coming, it's mildly embarrassing, but it's also kind of hilarious. So you pick yourself up, dust off, and continue on your journey, maybe with a chuckle or two. Because here's the thing. Stumbling isn't failing. It's learning. It's growing. It's gaining XP in this video game we call life. And every stumble is a reminder that you're human, and that's something to celebrate, not condemn. So, as you embark on this marathon of self-confidence, remember to enjoy the journey. Savor each victory, learn from each stumble, and always keep moving forward. And remember, even if you trip and fall during this marathon, at least you're still moving forward. Just be sure to laugh as you get back up. So, ready to strut your stuff like a peacock at a bird show? Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. We've journeyed through the Great Balloon Incident, reminding us that even in our most embarrassing moments, we can still rise. We've dived into the depths of understanding self-confidence and the roots of self-doubt. We've explored not one, but two sets of confidence boosters to give us that extra oomph. We've discovered that practice indeed makes confidence. Now, it's time to put these lessons into action. Start small, like a peacock learning to fan its tail. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with a stranger or trying a new hobby. Remember, even the tiniest steps can lead to the grandest struts. And in the spirit of humor, think about this. If a peacock can strut its stuff without a shred of doubt, why can't we? After all, we've got more than just fancy feathers. Go forth, my confident comrades, and remember, even a tiger was once a kitten.